Brody, thank you for joining us today. We're just getting everything set up real quick still. Looking for some of our other colors that we plan on using today. Corey, thank you for joining us. That'll be a nice little highlight. There, yeah. Corey, thank you for the rose. Who took my dies? Thank you for joining us. I don't know why I'm mixing it that way when I have a perfectly good vortex right next to me. Now, like usual, we are on YouTube right now as well. I want to mention a couple of things of how we're going to do business going forward. First and foremost, we do have two new affiliates. We have Renegade Games. So for those of you that are fans of Power Rangers, G.I. Joe, a lot of Hasbro-based games, we are affiliated with them where you can buy directly from them. That's a little disheartening that my brush already is doing that. Let me clean this up and try to straighten it. Yes, Corey, we are going to paint. We're going to continue painting the treant. I just have to try to fix my brush with some conditioning real quick. So pretty much what ends up happening is when you don't clean your brush properly, it gets frayed out. So if you use some brush cleaner, you can get it back to pristine condition. Millennium Work, thank you for joining us. So yeah, Renegade Games is one of our affiliates. Now with Renegade Games, what I like about them is that their prices are fair for what you're getting. With the Power Rangers one, because I've always been a Power Rangers fan since I was a little kid. I mean, I grew up with the original Mighty Morphin on TV when I was a kid. With Renegade Games, they made a miniature-based board game that's all about Power Rangers, which is awesome for me. I mean, I like Power Rangers. I like the fact that we actually have a board game out there because the Power Rangers community is lacking on a lot of different avenues. Minner, thank you for joining us. Diceworm, thank you for joining. And here's what I mean by they're lacking on a lot of different avenues. The Power Rangers community doesn't really have a lot going for it right now. I mean, their show literally just got canceled. They have no plans of going further than that anymore. Paramount just bought the rights to do more shows, so we might see something coming from them, but we don't know if it's animated or if it's live action. But what we do know is that with Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, which is the board game that Renegade Games, one of our newest affiliates, makes, is that you can get the base game. The base game is going to include the original 5 Rangers. But then you can also buy different sets. One of my favorite sets is the Tommy Oliver set. Now, for those of you that don't know who Tommy Oliver is the original 6th Ranger. For those that aren't Power Ranger fans, a 6th Ranger is a Power Ranger that comes into the season after the others and is typically more powerful and typically becomes the leader of the group then. So Tommy was the original 6th Ranger. He started off as the Green Ranger, for those of you that were big fans in the 90s. And then, hey, Tori. And then he went and became the White Ranger in the 2nd season when they moved over to a different... they were going to move over to different suits. They chose not to move everybody over, just him. It was a whole weird thing. And then after that season ended, he became the first, or he became the second or the third Red Ranger. But what it is, this Tommy Oliver set is every single version of him. So you have the Red Ranger of him, you have the Green Ranger of him, the black and the white, all in one set that you can play this board game on, and you can play as him. And like when I was growing up, he was always one of my favorite Power Rangers. So like just having the capability and the thought of, I can actually play as this blows my mind. That's why we're bringing up Renegade Games, our newest affiliate. They make that game, and if you're a fan of G.I. Joe, they also have that. If you're a fan of card games, they have a Power Rangers card game. They have a Transformers card game. If you like My Little Pony, I'm not going to judge you for that. They have a My Little Pony card game as well. So definitely give them a look, check out on our website. That is Renegade Games. They're more closer to the bottom, if I remember correctly. Very nice. Now, is that D&D or, my bad, Magic the Gathering, or is that the My Little Pony card game specifically? Okay, so this is you know exactly what I'm talking about with Renegade Games, since they're the ones that make that for you, which is awesome because now you actually have a place where you can just go, you know what, let's go check out the direct source and get from them that way. The second affiliate I want to mention tonight is Miniature Market. Now, you all have heard me mention Miniature Market time and time and time again, to the point where you are tired of hearing me mention them. With Miniature Market, they are a local game store here in St. Louis that I frequent a lot. This is how I got my start into D&D. If you're interested in D&D, if you're interested in really any tabletop RPG, Pathfinder, really any game that requires miniatures. I'm getting tired of this Calic I got right there. You're going to see me play with that all night. This is where you want to start. Here's why I say that. First and foremost, you're going to get discounted miniatures with Miniature Market. Now, I don't mean that there's an actual discount. I mean that the exact price of the miniature is there. But I gotta find a green real quick. Bear with me, everyone. There it is. But even though that exact price is there, what you're gonna get is, instead of being like $35 for a miniature, you might get it for $25 or less with this website. I've been using them for years. Like I said, this is how I got into D&D. This is how I got into really all this. Miniature painting, everything was with Miniature Market. Their discounts alone is what drove me to this. This right here, this miniature right here, I bought off Miniature Market. This was one of my first miniatures that I ever bought. And just sitting there thinking that I could help them out. And that vice versa, they could help me. It makes me happy. Like I said, they are a big supporter of ours, and we are a big supporter of them. I definitely recommend you guys giving them a look. And it's not just D&D. It's not just Warhammer. They have some very obscure games out there as well. Star Wars Legion is one of them. Not a lot of people know of Star Wars Legion, but not a lot of people play Star Wars Legion, if you get my drift. But really, what I want to make sure that everyone does is check out our affiliates. If you see something you like from an affiliate, let me know. I'll make sure to write that down in my journal. I'm keeping a journal of all of our affiliates and all the discounts I'm giving, everything like that. And what we're going to do with this journal is make sure that we can make sure that what you enjoyed about your experience with our affiliate, we spread across all of our affiliates. If you liked that, oh, these miniatures were fairly priced and cheap for brand new miniatures, I want to make sure that we're spreading that to all of our affiliates. If you like the fact that I worked with a affiliate to get you a discount, mention that. If you're like, hey, look, yeah, I love the fact that we got a 5% discount on this affiliate. They're exactly the kind of affiliate I'm looking for. That is what I need to know. Because the more you guys interact with my affiliate links, the more that you guys buy from them. Not only does it help the channel, not only does it help us as a whole, but it also helps make sure that you guys get what you want out of the content here. Because if I'm sitting here promoting Miniature Market for 3 hours, but you guys aren't really wanting anything to do with Miniature Market, what's the point of me mentioning that? You know what I mean? If you guys aren't wanting to look into our bigger named affiliates, I mean, for example, we are looking into becoming affiliated with Gamer Subs. Now, for those of you that don't know what Gamer Subs is, you've more than likely heard of G Fuel. Now, G Fuel is or Gamer Subs is pretty much organic G Fuel. Is the best way that I can sum it up. Now, you might be thinking, well, why do I want to associate myself with that? Well, it's organic for one. It's going to be healthy. Two, I've used it in the past. I was a big fan of it. It got me off soda. The one drawback that I had with it was it was out of my price range. Otherwise, I would still be doing it. That was really the only drawback. It was just too far out of my price range. I'm going to check something here real quick. Minner, how is your night going? I know you're probably at work, but I figured I'd sit here and say hi to you. Big Daddy Dragon, thank you for joining us. I figured you were on break. That's why you're being quiet. We are working on the treant. We're working on that beard. Now, one thing I want to pull up before we continue further on that beard. I do want to grab a little bit of the moss. No, you're fine, Minner. If I'm talking, you can stop me whenever. That's exactly why we have everything going on as we do. Dragon, I do want to say thank you for joining us. You can't find me on Pinterest. Go to my link tree, Dragon. It should be there. I'm listening to the living room TV. I can tell it's the living room TV with how loud it is. I'm trying to listen to see if I can tell what Mama Scarecrow and Little Scarecrow are watching. Maybe Happy Gilmore? That's gotta be Happy Gilmore or Mr. Deeds. I can't really tell though. It sounds like an Adam Sandler movie. If she pops in, I'll ask her what she's watching. I can hear it. Really? So what I'll do is I'll double check the link tonight. Really, the Pinterest is just a few pictures of what I've done in the past. Everything you see on my website's already on Pinterest. Everything you've seen on here is on Pinterest. That's really it. Bear with me. I gotta let my cat out of here. He's giving me everything. What are you watching? Oh. I could hear the start. I thought it was like Happy Gilmore. No, I was leaving to let Tiger out. Okay, I'm back. I do apologize for that. Yeah, Dragon. I'll fix that whenever I get done here. Because that shouldn't be happening really. Now I'm debating. Do I add grass to that or not? I'm debating. If I add grass to that, I gotta use an old brush to paint over it. Sue, thank you for joining us. Cam, thank you for joining. If you want to hop into the bubble, let me know. But yeah, pretty much what we were discussing was our latest affiliate. We are affiliated with Renegade Games now, who create such games as Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, as well as Miniature Market. Now, a lot of you have heard me discuss and talk about Miniature Market in detail. I know I talk about it almost every day that we do live. With Miniature Market, pretty much what they are is Cam. Thank you for the tiny dinies. I appreciate that. Rar, 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 rar. So let's discuss Miniature Market real quick. They are a distributor of multiple, and I mean multiple, different miniatures. They distribute for Wizards of the Coast. They distribute for Games Workshop. Really, anything that you're looking for, you more than likely will be able to find through Miniature Market. Now, you guys have all heard me talk about Miniature Market before. Affordable prices. I mean, like I'm saying, $35 miniature for about $25 through this website. So if you're looking for a new army or just a miniature to paint on the weekend, definitely check out Miniature Market out. Because like I found when I first started doing miniature painting, my first thought whenever, especially D&D characters, was, oh wow, $15 for a dragon, that's good. And then I go on Miniature Market, I'm like, I can get it for 10 there? Why would I pay 15 at retail? Now, you might be thinking, well, this is a big name studio store or retail store. Why are you talking about them as if they aren't the little man? Because they are the little man. Yes, they might be large. Yes, they might be countrywide. However, they have 2 locations, brick and mortar locations. Both of them in St. Louis, just right up the road from me. So this is my local game store. It made me really happy knowing that, hey, my local game store is willing to give me the chance to actually be affiliated with them. Minner, you have a good night at work, and we're probably going to be here till about 8:30, 9 o'clock, so about another hour and a half. It's shower night, and I don't want to miss shower night. So that's Miniature Market. Our other affiliate is Renegade Games. Now, I don't remember if I already mentioned Renegade Games after Cam jumped on and Dragon. So, if you are a fan of Power Rangers, G.I. Joe, pretty much anything Hasbro owned, Renegade Games is for you. Diceform can testify. He's gotten Renegade Games products before through their Milo Pony card game. And that's something that they do sell on their website is card games. There's a Transformers one out there if you like Transformers. There's a Power Rangers one if you like Power Rangers. If you like miniature games, there's a Power Rangers one, a G.I. Joe one. There's something for you at Renegade Games. They're an affiliate of ours. BD, thank you for joining us, buddy. So we are working on a Treant. I'm just sitting here debating on how I want to do the eyes right now. It's really the only thing we're trying to debate on how we want to do. Because I don't want to do too close to Groot. Like, I don't want to do too close to him, but I want to at least get it looking good. It's a int from D&D, so essentially Treebeard. Big Nerd, thank you for joining us. Den, thank you for joining us. We were just discussing our newest affiliates. We have 2 new affiliates. Yeah, it's called an int, E-N-T. In the D&D world, they're called Treant, T-R-E. How do I spell it? T-R-E-A-N-T for those that play D&D. Yeah, we are working on an int. Clarissa, thank you for joining us. Now, we were just discussing our newest affiliates. We are affiliated with Renegade Games, for those of you that are into the Power Rangers miniature game, Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. We are also in with Miniature Market, who is my local game store. Literally, I can go right up the road, about 20 minutes away, because I'm in a small town. 20 minutes up the road, I could be at Miniature Market today. And I just love the fact that my local game store reached out and said, yeah, I want to be affiliated with you. Granted, I started the conversation by applying on their website, but I like to think that they realized, hey, he's a local kid, even though I'm not a kid. But I like to think they thought, well, he's local. Let's see what he can do. Give him a shot. See if he can bring some business to us. Now, just because they're local doesn't mean that they're not global. They are global as well. So regardless if you're in the United States, if you're in New Zealand, wherever you're at, they are going to be able to assist you. With Miniature Market, they're where I got my start. This is how I got into doing what I do. And here's what I mean by that. I don't just mean that, oh, if it wasn't for Miniature Market, I wouldn't have a mini. No, I literally mean if it wasn't for Miniature Market, I would not have gotten into Dungeons and Dragons. I would not have gotten into any of this because they are where I got my player's handbook, my Dungeon Master guide, my monster manual, everything I needed to start a campaign in D&D because I was getting so obsessed with Critical Role right before the pandemic, right when they were starting to get a little bit popular but weren't spiking the charts. Like campaign 1, like this is how early I was. And then I bought some minis off there. I bought a player's handbook off there. Discounted price, everything like that. And they got me to where, and I'm not crying, I'm just getting acid reflux, but they got it to where I can actually be in the hobby. Without them, you guys would not have me here with you today. I may have came later, but having the knowledge that I have within the hobby, within the different techniques, I mean, I'd like to think that I've taught at least one of you something throughout my time being here. Big nerd, if you're about to die, you gotta get off. I understand. I hope you have a great time. I'm gonna rephrase that. If your phone's about to die, can you be having me getting banned just for accidentally slipping up and saying the wrong thing? So we've been on for about 30 minutes. We're gonna go till about 8:30, 9 o'clock. But seriously, everyone, I don't care if you don't check out the other affiliate links, but at least check out Miniature Market. If you are in the mood for Reaper miniatures, for Warhammer miniatures, for really any kind of miniatures, they are where you want to go. I mean, we're working on another one of my local game stores right now, trying to get affiliated with them. Except for we're trying to go a little bit further than that. We are trying to get them to actually have an affiliate ability. They're a more up and coming game store within my area, and people know of it, but not a lot of people visit it. And like I went on their Discord today. I'm like, hey, look, I love what you guys do. I love the shop. However, I do not have time to come in and stop in and paint or buy anything. If you guys have a website, I'll gladly look at it. Turns out they got a website that they just forgot to give out. But yeah, I mean, if there's one affiliate link I want you to look at, it is definitely that. And of course, any affiliate link that gives you a discount, check it out. I mean, I got several that give up to, I think the highest that I've gotten an affiliate to agree to was 15%. So if you're looking for something specific and that 15% discount is right up your alley, go check it out. Dream big. Thank you for joining us. How are you doing today? Shameful Plastic, thank you for joining us. Now, of course, I do want everybody who is here to go and give a look, if you haven't already, at Neath Miniatures. While they may not be affiliated with us, Neath is a close friend. He's not doing too hot right now. I'm not going to get into it. BD is more close with him. If BD wants to ask him if it's fine to discuss, that's fine. All I'm going to say is that he's not doing too hot. Go give his website a look. If you need paint, go buy from him real quick. I would rather my affiliates be on hold while he's in this era of his life than you guys just trying to support me just to support me. And it's not because I don't want you guys to support me and go through my web or my affiliate links, but we got to support everybody we can. How do I want to do this? I found a power pack. You are going to buy the stuff anyway. But it depends. Dream, I mean, look at me. I don't have an official, like, you can buy, I don't sell paints. However, I do have affiliates where I may or may not make a commission off of if you buy from them and they sell paints. I don't like to sit there and say, oh, well, you have to use me because I get commission off this. I get this much commission. I'm not going to do that to you guys. I'm not going to use that as leverage to entice and convince you guys to use my links. I want you guys to use my links because you opened it, you saw that they had something that you wanted that you're having trouble finding, and you got it. Or you saw the discount code and you're like, you know what, that's a great discount. Let's go see what they got. I don't want you guys just to sit there and say, you know what, Steven's getting X amount of percent on this website. I'm going to go there and just buy $100. This way he gets $10. I don't want you guys doing that. Exactly. And that's what I strive for. If you go on my affiliate links, nerd, when you go on my affiliate links, you'll see I have detailed reasons why I chose them. For example, Table Hammer, they actually reached out to us. However, after reviewing their website, they got great pricing on proxies for Warhammer. They have custom miniatures, and I really like how their custom miniatures are done. I've never seen another studio do this that does custom prints where they take the miniature idea that you have in your mind, they draw it up on a 2D scale, show you it, you approve it, and then they go in, they do the T-pose, and then they go in even further and they do the actual pose. I've never seen a miniature company do that until now. So that's one reason why we chose them. Now, another thing we're looking into is, say, like, for instance, Spray Gunner, one of our other affiliates. You can get an Iwata airbrush from them for $65. You can get a Badger Patriot Extreme for $85 on their website. And I verified with Badger themselves, they sell that for almost like 20 or 30 bucks more. With Air Gunner, no, I'm with Spray Gunner. So another thing I like about Spray Gunner is that it's a lot of different Spray Gunner. What I like about Spray Gunner is there are a lot of different options. So like if you're painting house, these links are on my website that is found in my bio. BD. If you go to my website, you scroll all the way down, you'll see an affiliates tab. You click that tab, it'll take you to all my affiliates, and then the header will actually take you to that company. So like the Table Hammer header will take you to Table Hammer. The Miniature Market header will take you to Miniature Market. We used to have them in our link tree, but it would bog down. It actually bogged down our link tree to the point where our link tree was not even working until we took them off. But I mean, it's just such a great opportunity for you guys as well, because like I said, I did work with several. Game Castle, I actually worked with taking a discounted commission to give you guys a 5% discount.
Daddy?
Hold on, bud. What's up? I'm working.
I want to go with you.
I'm working, bud. If it wasn't for Discord, if it wasn't for TikTok terms and conditions, I would totally let him in here. I have no problem with him being on our lives, seeing how we are all pretty respectful. But TikTok has other views. But like I was saying, I researched these companies before I applied. So, for example, Nutmeg Games. You might go to my Nutmeg Games affiliate link and think, why did he choose this besides the discount? Go to their paints. Go to their paints. Right now. I don't care what you're doing. Get off the live. Open up a web browser on your computer. Go to the paints. On Nutmeg Games through my affiliate link. The way they have their paints set up single-handedly is why I chose them. So every other miniature company that I've ever looked at, when it came to purchasing from them, was you have this green, purchase. You have this green, purchase. This color, purchase. And it's just like all down, but it's all different boxed up. And it just bogs down the website, so you're doom scrolling their website. The longer you're on their website, the more traction that website's getting. That's why they did it. With Nutmeg Games, if you go to their paints, say Citadel Paints, I want base coats, I want corn red. You're gonna get the base coats image of a like Abaddon Black, but then you can go down and you can click the different colors and it'll pop up a picture, but it'll still say purchase and it'll change the name. It doesn't bog it down and it goes by the brand. So Army Painter, you got original Army Painter, you got Fanatics, Speed Paints, Airbrush, whatever it is, and you just click that. and it takes you to it. It is phenomenal. I love how they have it set up. That is why I chose it. It wasn't because of any games that they sell. It wasn't because of the discount, even though it's a great discount. It's, if I remember correctly, it's like 10%. Your order, you get discounted. It was solely because of that. But and yeah, I mean, if I were to say, oh yeah, I'm getting this much commission, it helps me out a little bit depending on who actually wants to purchase from those, who wants to see me grow. Not everybody cares that, oh, he's making commission off this, and I don't blame them. If I was being told, hey, look, Steven over there at Scarecrow Miniature Painting is making X amount of commission on this one website, link, go click it and go buy something, I'd sit there and say, no, I'm not going to do that. Like, like I said, I specifically made sure that I gave reasons. If you're getting a mini from me, BD, you better be getting a diorama. You know how hard I work on those. But no, I mean, definitely just give our website a look through, check out our affiliates. If you see something, buy it. It's really all you gotta do. I'm not gonna sit there and say, oh well, Billy Bob didn't. Your Billy Bob didn't do X on my website. Darn, it doesn't tell me that. All it tells me on these dashboards is this is the company, this is the percentage I make, and this is how much people have viewed, this is how many people have bought, this is how much you've earned. That's all it tells me. BD, like I said, if you want my favorite model painted to the best of my ability to show off your skills, you're getting a diorama. And you're getting it at full price. Well, half price. You're a friend. Don't tell everyone else. But you would get that. And I would make sure that you got it. No, I mean, I want to make sure that when you get it, you won for sure. We were discussing, me and Omni, the other night about what I want to do for the next diorama. I was thinking storming the castle from Revenge of the Sith. Just Order 66, Anakin walking up the steps, all of the 501st right behind him. Oh yeah, if you care that I am actually making money off these affiliate links and that's what's going to drive you, definitely do it. But I'm not going to sit there. Like, I had a friend of mine literally tell me, shameful. So I would have to get proxies for the younglings because they don't sell those with Legion. But now you've got me sitting there contemplating, because the legitimate image, because Anakin comes in two models. He comes with his lightsaber like this, and he comes with force pushing and his lightsaber out. So now you got me wondering, should I do the younglings? Now the better question, should I do the younglings Justice League or how they did it in the movie? Because if I'm going Justice League, I'm going full force, and then I'm probably going to end up on a list. More like being dragged into a lightsaber, but yeah, same concept. I mean, younglings flying through the air, younglings getting dragged into a lightsaber. I mean, it's the same principle. Tomorrow, when we get our package, if it arrives tomorrow, it says it's shipped, but we've seen what happened last time. What do you mean you'll be on the darker side? I've been on the darker side since day one. Oh wait, you haven't been here for my actual rants. It's kind of sum it up. I am more conservative leaning. However, I don't bring up politics on my channel just because of the fact that it's no one's business. How I do my views is how you do your views. Yeah, if you want to look for youngling prints, I'll definitely do it. The issue is I don't have a printer, so I gotta find somebody who can print them as well, and do it for free or a discounted price. Because Anakin and the 501st alone is $150. And I don't feel like dropping $150. The other ones I was leaning towards. Well, I appreciate that, Shameful. The other ones I was leaning towards. The Fall of Poggle the Lesser. Now, for those that don't know who Poggle the Lesser is he was the ruler of Geonosis. Now, the reason I mentioned this Fall of Poggle the Lesser is because it is the first battle of the Clone Wars. So, Attack of the Clones, Geonosis. I could do that. It's going to take a lot of... If I did the math right, it's like $120 per side. Because I would have to get Phase 1 Stormtroopers and the Geonosians. But it would be awesome and it would be worth it. The second thing we would be doing, or the other thing we could do, is the Battle of Kashyyyk. They do have Wookiees. They do have Yoda. They do have different ARC troopers and different scout troopers that I could work with along lines of that. Once again, another thing is money. The Wookiees alone are like $30. I could do the Battle of Endor because they do have Ewoks. They do have Rebels. They do have Stormtroopers. I could do... They were. I could do the Battle for Echo Base. For those that aren't familiar with Echo Base is the Rebel base on Hoth, because they do have Tauntauns. And we know I'm a little bit into the gory side. So we could have Luke popping out of a Tauntaun. And this is just Star Wars Legion. Of course, there's other ideas I could do. But another one I was looking at was the Siege of Mandalore. So with the Siege of Mandalore, pretty much what that is, it is the ending of the Clone Wars storyline and TV show. they pull Ahsoka out of retirement, essentially, and tell her, "Hey, look, we're sending you to Mandalore. We need somebody that Maul doesn't know to stop him." So they send her down to fight Maul, and there's ways for me to do that pretty easily. The downside is it is $30 for the Defenders of Mandalore, as I call them. It was such a great arc. Such a great arc. You don't know him like you don't know what I know. Ahsoka. Just that sentence from Maul. But just the fact that that's something we could do as a diorama is amazing. Like, I want to start getting more into diorama building because I did have fun with this, even though we took breaks and we took a lot of time. This showcased every bit of my creative and skill capability at this level or at this time. We have non-metal metallic on that shield, non-metal metallic colored armor on the red, the purple, and the blue, non-metal metallic swords, waterfall effect. We have UV resin patchwork on that mace because it broke, and then we also have it on that sword right there with the green flame blade, and the ranger up here with the fire. All that's UV resin. All that is like the fire on this is in UV resin, but it's snapped like right at the head of the mace. We had to put that back together. That's all UV resin. Patching that, the fire, the green flame blade. I mean, even the realistic fur that we did across all of our furred animals. Okay. If you can get me some Wookiees and some Fluttercraft, I would appreciate that. I would totally like I'm not joking. I would do the entire opening scene of that with the ships coming out of the water, the spider droids, everything. The Magna Guard walking up, the Fluttercraft, everything. I would make sure that scene looked like it was coming out of the TV. But yeah, I mean, there's so many good. Yeah, if you want to shoot me prices, and I'll see about what I could do. Give you a time frame on when I can get them. Obviously, like I said, I'm short on cash right now. I literally just had to rebuy everything that was supposed to be here last week or 2 weeks ago, and then bills hit me. Can't even afford a McChicken, man. But no, I mean, I want to start getting back into doing a lot more dioramas, and I don't care what franchise it is. If you can find me, I don't care if it's D&D, Warhammer, Star Wars Legion, Star Wars Shatterpoint, even Middle Earth. I would just love to do a Middle Earth one. Like, no joke, I would love to do a Battle of Rohirrim. Just like how I did that, but like with actual foam for the mountain. The whole Rohirrim army up top. A battalion of orcs down here. And then I have not seen the new ones. I did see the old ones. But I just, the thought of doing that. Another one that I saw that I was like, oh, that's such a cool idea. The Barrel Rider. Now, for those of you that have seen The Hobbit, specifically the 1977 Hobbit, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. For those of you that don't know, in both the book and the movies, The Hobbit, they changed it up a bit for the actual live action, but in the book and the cartoon movie, the dwarves are put into barrels and sent down the river to Lake Town. And Bilbo has to ride literally ride on top of the barrels. In the live action movie, they changed it a little bit. They had to give a little bit more growth to the whole Tauriel and Keely love story, which never existed in the books or the cartoon. But no, I would love to, like I said, I would just love to do a bunch of different stuff. Are you talking about the new Lord of the Rings miniatures? Nerd? The $2 per mini? Because if that's the case, that's fairly cheap. Because most of these kids are getting like 5 to 10 minis, from what I'm seeing. Okay, I'll definitely take a look at it. Yeah, so that's what I heard they were doing, and like that's what threw me a little bit off on the a little bit off on Battle of Middle Earth because it didn't add up. Like, don't get me wrong, Thorne and company are some of my favorite characters ever written in any fantasy series ever. I, however, do not feel the need that they need to be movie accurate when their movie accurate versions are not their best versions. Their cartoon accurate or their cartoon versions are their best versions of Thorne and company. Now, if you guys have not seen the 1978 animated Hobbit, I highly recommend it. It is such a good watch. I actually got Little Scarecrow into that one, and he will sit there and watch it with me. In fact, the song from the live action, the Bend the Fork, Smash the Plates, that's what Bilbo Baggins hates, that came directly from the animated movie. Now I can't remember if it's actually in the book or not that they sing that song, but that song plays inside. It is in the book. Okay, that song is sung in full, and the soundtrack to the animated is so, in my opinion, pristine. It is one of those soundtracks that can never be undone. Like nothing will top it. You have That's What Bilbo Baggins Hates. Down, down in Goblin Town. So, that's what I was gonna say. So the part in the live action where the Goblin King is saying down, down in Goblin Town, down, down. That is a full song in the animated movie. It is such a great song too. Um, and we're getting hit with this. There we go. Another one that is really like a really solid song from there is Down in the Valley. So when they go to see the elves, they actually start to sing a whole song about Rivendell. I had to sit there and remember what the town's name was. No, it's such a good movie. Like, it's been so long since I've read the books. I can't remember if the Battle of the Five Armies included the Eagles or if it included Dungledor, like it did in the live action. Because in the animated movie, it was the Eagles. The Eagles were the Fifth Army. So, for those of you that have seen The Hobbit, essentially what happens is they're fighting in the battle over the gold. Minigun, thank you for joining us. Yeah, they're fighting over the battle for gold. And in the animated movie, Gandalf stops them before the fight starts and tells them, look, you guys have another problem to deal with besides this. He's like, well, what do you got? What do you mean? What do you mean? And he shows them the orcs coming from it's not Dungledor, it's Bjorling. You gotta remember there's only one. So yeah. So the Fifth Army was the Eagles in the book. Okay. Yeah, you gotta remember Bjorn was the last of the Bjorlings. There was? I could have swore he was the last one, even in the books. But no, I mean it's such a good scene. I wish they would have added the Bjorlings into the animated movie. I think that's like the only thing that they missed. He bought bears and other animals. I thought that was. He did do that, didn't he? Oh wow! For some reason, my mind thought that was Radagast. I guess because in the live action, it was Radagast that did it. So my mind like subconsciously associated it with it. But like I said, the anime movie, what I like about that was solely how they did the Battle of the Five Armies, because it was the Eagles versus the elves versus the dwarves versus the humans versus the orcs, but it was just them versus the orcs. And it was just so good. So good. Silverwing Stew, yo, it's Phil. Thank you for joining us. We just finished up this int. Okay. See, I thought it was weird that they were bringing him up in the Hobbit live action movie. They did a lot of weird stuff with that live action. I will say that. So this is actually not Lord of the Rings. This is actually just D&D. We're just discussing Lord of the Rings. Let's be real. They added too much of the Silmarillion. Let's be real. They added way too much. The fact that they revealed that the Necromancer is Sauron in the live action kind of ruined the whole reveal. But yeah, we're talking pretty much about anything right now regarding Tolkien. We were actually discussing a few minutes ago about the animated Hobbit movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. I just wish that they would do more than what they've done. I feel like we are being given a short stick. I know there's not much left to do because we got the Silmarillion and we got, I mean, that's really it. We just have the Silmarillion left, which is kind of being done with the Rings of Power, but the Rings of Power is not doing what it needs to do. Well, I mean just lore-wise. Like, when it comes to books, we only got the Silmarillion left. We've done The Hobbit twice. 15 books? What are you referring to? The Hobbit, the Silmarillion, the three Lord of the Rings. Oh, I'm not counting the unfinished shells. Even Tolkien's estate don't count those as canon. Like, that was part of his will that they cannot be considered part of the lore. Because a lot of what the Silmarillion is, was the unfinished tales that got moved over that were actually being written in both sections. If I understand correctly what they were doing. I mean, that would almost be like the equivalent of J.K. If they are considering that canon, that would be the equivalent of J.K. Rowling outright saying, "Oh, well, everything on Pottermore is canon." Which would just be strange, seeing how there's several bits of Pottermore that aren't even related to the books nor the movies, or even the screenplay. Okay. I thought that those were all put into one of the versions of the Silmarillion, though. I could be mistaken. But I thought that the estate said that since they couldn't release them as official works, they had to be added to the Silmarillion. At least part of them. Oh, they're published. Okay, I'll have to look into those. Because yeah, I'm not familiar with any of those. I thought that they were the unpublished works. Oh my me. Yeah, I'll definitely take a look at them. Now I know the mushrooms were rushed, and I know that we haven't fully based it, but I do have to stop with this so I can heal it as much as I can. But this is where we're at. Now you might be wondering, well, it's pretty much done. You just gotta base it, right? Sure. I could say I'm done. I mean, I could also say that BD needs to go on my website and buy some minis from me for commission, but I know he ain't going to. But what we're going to do first. No, I know you can't. I'm just giving you a little bit of crap. Where is that it? That is it. Now, another one that I was thinking about doing for a diorama that I thought would be a cool idea. It would just take a lot of effort. Was the Battle of Hogwarts. Because they have the Hogwarts or the Harry Potter miniature game. Camelos, thank you for joining us. You're back from your adventure. You didn't go to Dongledor, did you? I mean, isn't that the same thing, really, though? Now, you might be thinking, why did I just cover that all up? If I'm going to put moss on it. Well, I wanted to give a little bit of a under light. Okay, so now I'm just going to base the mini. This one needs this. Tomorrow we should get our delivery, hopefully. I think the moss might be a little too much. What do you guys think? The moss in the beard too much? Carlos, thank you for the likes. Thank you for joining us. Trying to debate on if that moss in the beard is too much, because that's something we can just take off. It looks good on camera. It looks good in person too. It's just like you've all seen me with a full beard. It's all wiry. It kind of looks like that. It's like, no, it's legally distinct, but still looks like tree beard. The issue is what I used. I can't really trim it because I did trim them. I trimmed him down, and that's how he got that low. Like, if I can get that to stick a little bit better, then we might be in the clear. I'll take it off. We'll see if leaving just a little bit behind makes a difference. I like that. Just a little bit of moss growing up there. Gotta scrape that off, though, because that would get me canceled. It left a specific trait behind. Yeah, that looks good. Did I do those tops? I did. Okay, cool. So now we do the final bit that we need to do. He gets one tuft there, and then around the middle, he's going to get a flower patch. I just got to find my flowers. Oh, I put them over there. And with this, we will be done with Treebeard. See, now you got me calling him Treebeard. BD, thanks. He's legally distinct, not Treebeard. Waha, thank you for joining us. Dungeon Painting, thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. Appreciate everyone for joining us tonight. With that, he's done. I will say this was one of the funner minis to paint that I've done so far. We are going to call it a night here tonight, folks. Feel free to check out our website. We do get commission off of our affiliate links. I do not feel like that should be the only reason why you guys are using our affiliate links. I've given reasons why I chose each affiliate within our website, along with any sort of discount that they offer. We did get 2 new affiliates, Renegade Games, who make the Power Rangers Battle for the Grid miniature game. And we got Miniature Market, who's one of our local game stores. Both are affiliated with us now. Both are on the website. Go check them out. We are still affiliated with Fanroll, who is doing an advent calendar. They are a 5 or a 10% discount. I want to say 5. But with this, it's $50 on their website. You get 5% discount. But you get an advent calendar. You get the dice bag, you get a bonus dice, and then on the 1st, we're going to start opening this. So if you have a D&D partner that's in a D&D, have I considered a Fallout diorama? I have. I have considered it. I want to do one. I just don't know what I want to do with it. One I was thinking of was potentially the Brotherhood of Steel walking in formation. Or even doing the Lone Wanderer, which would be 4. Forrest protagonist. Him and Dogmeat walking with a death claw following them. I thought about doing that. But yeah, I mean, doing the Brotherhood of Steel, because that's one of my favorite factions. I know they get a lot of hate after the 4th one. Yes, I do know. Yeah, I know they got the minigame. I have like almost every single bit listed on my Amazon list to get so I can paint. Fallout's one of those things where I'm a huge fan, but finding others that are like really into it is hard. So I gotta actually like more so paint in the direction of what others are wanting. Warhammer, D&D, stuff like that. Yeah, you gotta go. We're about to get off here. Once again, don't forget to check out our website, everybody. It's in our bio. If you can't access it from our bio, go to our link tree. It should be the first link that's up there. And with that link, go to our affiliates, check out our affiliates. You can buy anything from there. I have affiliates for tabletop RPGs. I have affiliates for trading card games, such as Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! I got affiliates for dice. And we make dice. I mean, I literally have these affiliates because, one, you're getting a good discount. They're a fair price, as well as they come up with some unique stuff. I mean, a dice advent calendar, I didn't even think of that. And like, this is the bonus dice you get with Fanroll. I mean, it's a beautiful die. And yes, that does say Netflix and chill on it. Like, there's a lot that you can do with these dice, and it's a great set. It's a great affiliate as well of ours. So definitely go give them a follow. But I mainly chose them because they do wood, they do silicone, stuff that we don't do. for our dice making. But if you don't care about the discount code and you want to look at other options for other materials, I've put down other affiliates that can help with that. I have affiliates for, I have 2 or 3 different affiliates for dice. I have about 3 or, hang on. 6 different affiliates for miniature hobby in general, such as paints, accessories, everything like that. So go give them a check. Go give them a look. Some of them have discount codes. Some of them don't. But there's a reason why I chose these affiliates. I wanted to, for some of them, it's because I didn't have an affiliate in that area. Take Game Castle. They're located in the Bay Area. I don't have an affiliate in the Bay Area. It's nice that for me to put it out there like, hey, you're in the Bay Area. Here you go. I mean, just go give us a look. And check out our website. Our website is ever changing as well. Now, one thing we have decided, it was a hard decision, but the prices on our website as of today will not be set in stone. Here's what I mean by that. Currently, we do flat rate prices. I say currently because what it's going to allow us to do is get our name out there. And along with getting our name out there, these flat rate prices, our affiliate links, everything like that is going to help us grow as a community. Take our dice, for example. Our dice are $7 without a dice box. Just $7 with a bag. That's $1 more than what I got charged for the bag. So you're pretty much getting dice for free. Once we can get a firm, let's say 30 orders of dice, to where I can set in stone and be like, okay, this is how much material I'm using to make my dice. This is how much it's costing me. We will move away from flat rate and do material and time. Just material and time. As you can see, some miniatures, they do take a little longer. This one took about maybe 3 hours, 4 hours. But we also stopped. We talked for a while. I'm not going to charge you guys that part. I'm more looking towards if I know I can do a miniature in 3 hours, I'm going to charge you the 3 hours. Now, the thing is the price of that we have currently, that is going to be our per hour. So you might be wondering, well, why is that? Right now, this would be an example of our $30 flat rate. Now, this took 6 hours, 6-7 hours, somewhere around there, to do this entire miniature. But we also used a lot of our own materials that didn't come with the miniature, such as the UV resin. That's a lot of UV resin on that base. We used our own basing materials, such as the snow. the thick mud on the sides, everything like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep the price point as our per hour. Now, this isn't going into effect today. This won't go into effect until we get a few more miniatures to verify that, hey, this is going to be the step we take. This is just a proposed idea as of right now. But I think that's the route we are going to have to take. Specifically with our dice. I mean, we're going to be hemorrhaging our own expenses with these dice solely because we're going to be doing a lot more different stuff with the dice. I mean, we have our dice molds, which are fine and dandy, and they do what they need to do. That's not an issue. The issue we're going to run into with these dice molds is there's going to be some wear and tear on them eventually. Eventually, they're not going to work how they should. And then we got different stuff we could do with them. I mean, we got our one ring to roll them all set that we're going to be doing here soon. Once we do Turn of Dust's order, we have, as I'm calling it, the 6-shooter special. And then it comes with its own dice box as well. Which I gotta figure out how this dice box is supposed to be made, because this is gonna be a little confusing. It looks like I fill them up this way, because then there's holes there and there. But that doesn't look like it would lock up. Whereas if I do it this way, that hole's filled, but it looks like it would lock up there. So I gotta figure out how this is actually supposed to be poured before I do it. I'm pretty sure it's this way though. 90% sure. The other thing that's strange is these indentions are only on the outside. So if it's supposed to be poured this way, am I supposed to pour it like this? Because then it doesn't fit the dice box or the dice. The dice are supposed to fit in there. It's all confusing. So I mean, if you all have utilized this and know how to use this mold, please give me a shout out. Let me know, because it doesn't explain it on the website, and I don't want to waste material. I know this has to go this way. The issue is I don't know if this just sits on top, like so. Because if it just sat on top, that would just leave an indentation on top, which doesn't make sense to me. Because you would think it would be like something like this. But these can't. These wouldn't fit that way. Based on how the mold is shaped. Well, Maybe, who knows? We'll figure it out. It's just confusing with the brackets right there. For sure. But with that, we are going to call it a night. I do want to thank everybody for joining us. Be on the lookout for some price changes. And once we work on our liquid core and our inserts, and we factor in how much we want to start charging those, be on the lookout for those prices as well. And be on the lookout for our glow-in-the-dark resin. We do gender reveal dice. So if you're expecting a newborn and you want to do a gender reveal, we do have ways for you to do that as well. I want to thank everybody for joining us. Have a good night. Bye-bye.